You've probably seen it on a whiskey label, finished in sherry casks or port cask finish, and thought, what does that actually mean? Is it just marketing, or is something real happening inside that barrel? Today, we're diving into the hidden stories behind cask-finished whiskey, where it came from, how to taste it, and what to look for when you're hunting for your next bottle. In simple terms, a cask-finished whiskey is one that's already matured, maybe for 8, 10, or even 15 years, in a traditional barrel like American oak, and then moved to a second barrel for a final chapter in its aging journey. That second cask might have once held sherry in Spain, port wine in Portugal, rum in the Caribbean, or even Sauternes dessert wine in France. Each of those barrels has its own history and flavor fingerprint. When whiskey spends months or years inside, it absorbs those influences. The technique really took off in Scotland. Distillers like Balvenie and Glenmorangie realized that leftover sherry or port soaked deep into a cask's wood could breathe entirely new life into a whiskey. The practice slowly spread, and by the early 2000s, American bourbon makers like Angel's Envy were experimenting with port and rum finishes, creating richer, more complex profiles than standard straight bourbon. Now, it's a global thing. Irish distillers are finishing in Mizunara oak from Japan, Japanese distillers are trying wine barrels from France, and small American craft distilleries are swapping casks with breweries for stout or IPA finishes. If you really want to appreciate a cask finish, here's how to taste it. First, nose the whiskey and think about the base spirit. Is it malty and light like a Highland Scotch? Sweet and caramel heavy like a Kentucky bourbon? Then, look for what's new. The dried fruit from sherry, the berry chocolate from port, the honey floral lift from Sauternes. Sip it neat first. This is your baseline. Then add just a couple of drops of water. You'll often find the finish's influence comes alive at a slightly lower proof. That's when tropical rum sweetness might pop, or sandalwood from Mizunara might become more aromatic. Not all cask finishes are created equal. Sometimes a finish is just a few weeks long, enough to add a hint of flavor but not much depth. Other times, a whiskey might spend years in that second cask, creating a profound transformation. Check the label for details. Distilleries that are proud of the finish will often tell you how long it spent in the secondary cask, and sometimes even name the winery or rum producer they sourced from. Limited editions, especially single cask releases, tend to offer the most distinct and memorable finishes. Now, if you're also a cigar lover, this is where it gets fun. A port cask bourbon with berry and chocolate tones and a rich Maduro cigar? That's a match made in heaven. Or a Sauternes finished Irish whiskey with a light, creamy Connecticut cigar for a sunny afternoon. That's magic. I've put together a complete guide on pairing different cask finishes with cigars, along with specific bottles to try. You'll find that in the article linked below. So here's your challenge. The next time you're whiskey shopping, pick up a cask-finished bottle you've never tried before. Taste it neat, take notes, maybe try it with a cigar, and let me know your favorite pairing in the comments. And if you want to see the complete list of finishes, flavor breakdowns, and pairing recommendations, check the link in the description. Trust me, once you start exploring cask finishes, your whiskey shelf will never look the same.